One, two.
Along the way, you can't forget your loyalty. I say,
This commitment to make this announcement very quickly. Please, if you are here, either represent have like your noble leader who is standing in for the entire Farmers Association of Jordan District. Like that, we please welcome all of us to a round of applause as we give ourselves a round of applause that is completed. That clap is for yourself. If you don't clap for yourself, who will? Please give yourself a round of applause. So we'll take time out to recognize as many of you as are seated and as saying multiple tweets. So kindly carry with us over, just as I mentioned. We recognize and sit down one after the other. Then, of course, Ramadan and Hausa, which especially for those who are not understand English is such, but I know that I'm happy to do because everyone is sensitive. It's educated enough. So if I let say my house, when he has a goal, since now so bad, so we got to carry ourselves along. See it, never assist. This is yes. So now here's the thing, welcome. Thank you very much for welcome. So coming Christmas Day. Please give a round of applause as well. We have institutions that have come from diverse parts of the country. We'll be recognizing you as well. We'd like to recognize the Kaduna Peace Mission, the Bagi Traditional Council, Kaduna State University, Federal School of Statistics, Kaduna, at Metropolitan University of Zaria, Women's Interfaith Council, and Muslim Peace Network. Can we give all of them a round of applause, please? Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Sound manager, you're doing great, but just do us a favor because this is also an opportunity for them to network. The volume of the music should not be excessively high so they can interact amongst themselves. I'd like to welcome all of you and we welcome you on behalf of the Speaker of the House of Representatives, His Excellency, the Right Honorable Abbas Tajuddin, PhD, GCON, Ian Zazel. Welcome you.
No, no,
Can you hear me? Mic check 1 2.
Very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please can you put out the music as I come on the mic? That should be automatic. I'd like to welcome our chief hosts, the host of this event and Honorable Executive Chairman of Zaria Local Government Area Council. We'd like to welcome the Honorable Mohammed Jamil Ahmed. Please let's welcome him with a round of applause. That's the chairman of Zaria Local Government. He's a host of this event. Welcome as well. Let me also invite the Deputy Chief of Staff to the Right Honorable Speaker of the House of Representatives to please join the Chairman Zaria Local Government on this side of the divide. I'd like to invite Dr. Balarabe Ilya. Please can we welcome him with a round of applause? Bismillah, sir. Let me also have the privilege of announcing the arrival of the Honorable Minister of Defense and former Governor of Jigawa State, His Excellency Alhaji Muhammad Badaru Abubakar MNI CON, represented at this occasion by Brigadier General Mohammed Kana. Please come and welcome him with a resounding applause. Da'ala Tafama, Representative now Minister of Defense. just as I announced before, if there are some of us that are sitting in this auditorium representing either of the ministers, Minister of Environment, and of course, Minister for Humanitarian, Minister of State, Humanitarian Affairs, Social Development, and Poverty Alleviation. So please don't hesitate to indicate so we can recognize you appropriately. We'd like to thank you once again for the interest that you have in the project Nigeria. This event is not happening for the first time. This is the third in the series where the speaker of the House of Representatives meets with regional citizens in a roundtable. This is also done along with the leadership of the House of Representatives, where burning questions are asked and answers are provided. So that is exactly what we're doing here. This is a regional one, and we want to, this one is called the Northern Region. So we have quite a good number of representatives from the various states in the north that are gathered here and converged on Zaria for this very important assignment. So I'd like to thank all of you for finding time to be here with us, and also to thank Ford Foundation, the Ford Foundation with Global Rights, putting hands together to ensuring that we host this event here today. We're also expecting that His Royal Highness Ambassador Malam Nuhu Bamali CFR, the Emir of Zauzau, will also be represented or will be coming in person. So kindly tarry with us a while. Our Executive Chairman and Chief Host of these events, the Executive Chairman, Zaria Local Government, would like to welcome you and appreciate you for joining us along with members of your executive committee members from the local government. Thank you very much. And we appreciate your presence here this morning. Thank you very much. Please, representative of faith-based organizations, the Muslim organizations and the Christian organizations that are represented. I know that my brother and friend is doing us a wall of favor putting some of those names together. But if you're here and you haven't been recognized, rather, please do jolly well inform us by a wave of hand, and someone will walk up to you, get your details across to us on this side for proper recognition. Once again, the representative of the Honorable Minister of Defense would like to appreciate you. I think you should take that way so we can see you. And I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Okay, let's make do with some light music in the interim. Thank you. President All Farmers Association, Kaduna State Chapter, Alhaji Nuhu Aminu. Are you here in the hall? Alhaji Nuhu Aminu? Is Alhaji Nuhu Aminu in the hall? Okay, please, because you represent a very critical stakeholder of ours in this business, would like to bring you up to join the black seat there. Please dial Tafa Meshimara. Meshimara Bada Tafi. Thank you very much. Do we have anyone else that is representing one of our dignitaries that are being inspected? I see the Sector Commander, Road Safety Corps. You may wish to please send your name through any of your protocol persons to us so we can recognize you appropriately. Okay, the Chief Road Commander, Federal Road Safety Corps, CRC, Nasiru Falgore, would like to welcome you. Please, a round of applause for him. The chairman Zaria local government, the deputy chief of staff to the speaker, House of Representatives. I also must mention that the Honorable Minister of Defense, represented here by Brigadier General Muhammad Kana, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen from the various states of the northern region, permit me to recognize and invite to this side of the divide the representative of Zaria Education Development Association, Professor Alimi Aliyu Bello. Can we please welcome him to the side with a round of applause? Professor Alimi Aliyu Bello, if you're here, sir. Prof. Oh, please, can we please have you on that side with the chairman, All Farmers Association? May I also invite the Honorable Minister of State for Education, Professor Suwaiba Saeed Ahmed, ably represented here by Professor Ali Idris. Professor Ali Idris, are you here, sir? Prof. Just wave at me. Please. Can we invite Chairman All Farmers Association, sir? Can you take the last set? And then Prof, please, I'm bringing another Prof to join you there. So Prof, please take your seat there, representing the Honorable Minister of State for Education. Please, a round of applause for him. Atafa Amishi, da Allah. Let me also recognize the presence of Isaac Joseph Kanwai, the Wakilim Baju. Isaac Joseph Kanwai, can you please just wave at us? Oh, okay, the cameramen were blocking you. Please come to the front row. Thank you very much. Is the Wakilim Baju. John E. Jatel is the Shamaking Baju of Baju Chiefdom. He's also here. Please give him a round of applause, please. Thank you very much for coming.
There's a message on my phone. It's my mom saying, God, please come home. I fear the worst. How could you leave so behind? There's so much to say, but there's so little time. So how do I say goodbye? Someone who's been with me for my whole decade.
Dan Allah jama'a ko dan yi hakuri da mu yanzu any moment from now ba da juma ban Allah yadda speaker na House of Representatives wanda ya gaice mu zuwa wannan taro zai iska nan wurin sai mu fara taron namu. A wannan lokaci za mu rinka kira representatives na wato jihohi da suka zo suka halarci wannan taron namu. Za a fara in no particular order. Akwai representatives na Sokoto. Mutanen Sokoto akwai sunan? Sokoto. Akwai Sokoto? Jigawa pa. Jigawa akwai? Akwai? Hawa da Allah. Ku tafa ma mutanen Jigawa da Allah a tafa masu. Zamfara fa. Zamfara? To da Allah tafa ma mutanen Zamfara state. Mutanen Kabi fa. Kabi da Allah tafa musu. Kano. Kano da Allah tafa ma mutanen Kano. Borno. Akwai mutane daga Borno? Da Allah tafa musu, a tafa musu can. Mun gode. Mutanen Bauchi fa. Bauchi state. Babu. Okay, Osha Cheko. Okay, nagin can make it in. Taraba. Akwai Taraba. Mutanen Katsina fa. Katsina da Allah tafa ma mutanen Katsina. Benue fa. Benue. Babu Benue go. Akwai? Where they? Okay. Sister One, I want to welcome you very specially to this occasion. I'm so man. You please put our hands together for her as well. Mutanen Kogi fa. Kogi State, Dala, put your hands together for the co-guides. Mutanen Kwara State fa. Kwara. Kwara. Gombe. Is anybody from Gombe here? Maybe they're on their way. Yobe. Yobe, please put your hands together for Yobe. Atwapa Musu. Adamawa. Adamawa, please put your hands together for people from Adamawa. Plateau State. Plateau, Kai, in their numbers, they're not Atwapa Musu. Niger. Niger State. None from Niger yet? Okay. Nasarawa State. Please put your hands together for Nasarawa. Put your hands together for the Atafa Musumana da Allah. Mutanen FCT pa. Federal Capital Territory. Please put your hands together for them. They are here. Okay, you are from FCT too. Then let me also call our host state, Kaduna State. Do we have Kaduna people here? Kaduna, what? Please give them a round of applause. If I am asked to score the state that has the highest number of participants at this occasion is our host state, Kaduna State. Thank you. That's our host state. We thank you. And Mutanenzaria Inakuke. I know that you will double the number because our executive chairman is here. Thank you very much. From our executive chairman, we're going to get this event on also a networking event, right? Well, so please, it's time to interact. Welcome.
When she walked away, and you know how I stand, you still.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please enhance this volume of the microphone for me, please, sound manager. Rise as we welcome the Right Honorable Speaker of the House of Representatives, His Excellency the Right Honorable Abbas Tajuddin, PhD, GCONE, and Zazo, ably represented at this occasion by the Right Hassan Adoto Gua, Chairman, Northern Caucasus House of Representatives, Sandaunan Kasar Hausa Maituta, Sandaunan Rano, Dela Tunkangiwa, Kebbi State, Chairman, House of Representatives Committee on Petroleum Resources, Upstream. Dala Tafa Amishi. Thank you very much. I think we'll have to rise at this point. May we rise, Your Excellency, as we take the national anthem or the commencement of this program. The national anthem, please.
Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Lord, silence on believer, in our love we stand. Nigerians all proud to say, a sovereign motherland. Our land shall be a symbol that protect justice reign. Leaders are to all one, and it's the out of skin. To one to our children, we our spirit. Oh, wonderful creation, grant this our glory, yes. Your voice will give our creation, yeah, it's all praise. And so it is our plenty, Nigeria will be better.
Round of applause for Nigeria as you take your seats. Tapping Nankuima, Nigeria, and Kuma Kunkune, Nigeria, Fakasamo. Yowa. Thank you very, very much. Your Excellency, the chief convener of this program, man of distinction, His Excellency the Right Honorable Abbas Tajuddin, PhD, GCON, Ian Zazo, the Speaker, House of Representatives, Federal Republic of Nigeria, ably represented at this event by no less a person than the Right Honorable Al-Hassan Adodogua, Chairman, Northern Caucasus House of Representatives, Sardanang Kasar Hausa Maituta, Sardanang Rano, Kano State, the Latun Kang Iwa in Kebbi State, and House of Representatives Committee Chairman on Petroleum Resources Upstream. The representative of the Honorable Minister of Defense, Professor, Brigadier General Mohammed Tukana, a representative of the Minister of State for Minister of State for Education, represented here by Professor is indelible, his name on the sands of time. Honorable Muhammad Jamil Ahmed, the representative of the Zaria Education Development Association, Professor Alimi Ali Bello, the chairman, All Farmers Association, Kaduna State Chapter, Haji Nobu Aminu, representative of civil society organizations, traditional councils, Kaduna Peace Commission, Kaduna State University Federal School of Statistics, Ahmadu Bello University Zaria, Women Interfaith Council represented here by Reverend Sister Veronica Onyansi Ola, Muslim Peace Network, led today's event by Imam Hussein Zaria Education Development Association already, Chief Route Commander Federal Road Safety Corps, is from Baju Kingdom, Isaac Joseph Kanwai, John E. Jato. This event is proudly convened by the Office of the Speaker of the House of Representatives, the Right Honorable Dr. Abbas Tajuddin, GCON Ian Zelzo, a man whose leadership continues to echo the principles of inclusiveness, accountability, and people-driven governance. Though unavoidably absent, the Speaker is ably represented today by a distinguished parliamentarian by all standards, a man known for his fearless voice, legislative brilliance, and deep-rooted love for the Northern region, and for Nigeria. I dare say that Right Honorable Alhassan Adodogoa is a pan-Nigerian to the core. I was expecting a round of applause for him. I also want you to please join me in recognizing the chairman of the House Committee, the ever-vibrant Honorable Alhassan Adodogoa, Satdanam Kasar Hausa Tuta, with a bigger round of applause, please. Today's engagement is not just another event. It is a sincere invitation to dialogue, to collaborate, and to also make it participatory, as democracy is. It is a forum where the voices of the North matters, from the businesses and the bustling cities to the quiet rural towns, as we work together to help shape policies and decisions that truly reflect the needs and aspirations of our northern people. So once again, Your Excellencies, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to, on behalf of the Speaker of the House of Representatives Office, warmly welcome you. And as I charge all of us to make this gathering not just historic, but impactful. On this note, I'd like to welcome all of you. Can we please give yourselves and our distinguished presiding officer here today a round of applause, and all the distinguished guests. Permit me, therefore, at this juncture, before the welcome, which will be done by the host of this event, the chairman, Zaria Local Government Area, I'd like to welcome my brother, my friend, a professional to the core, the special advisor, media and publicity to the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Musa Abdullahi Kurishi, to please join me here to also extend his welcome to our diverse guests that have come from the 19 states of Nigeria to converge on Zaria. Can we please welcome Honorable Musa Abdullahi Kurishi to please join us here. Honorable Musa, please. Can we give him a round of applause as he takes the stage?
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Right Honorable Abbas Tajuddin, PhD GCON, being represented here by no other person than the Chairman House Committee on Petroleum Upstream. And of course, he holds so many traditional titles that have been already mentioned here. The Chairman Zaria Local Government, representatives of ministers here present, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Mine is to intervene in Hausa mostly because we are in the north, and so when it's time, I will coordinate the interactive session in Hausa because I understand some of our guests here may want to speak in Hausa freely. And so when it's time, we will do that. However, before then, ladies and gentlemen, let me apologize on behalf of the speaker, like my colleague Andy has said, the speaker would have loved to be here personally. Unfortunately or fortunately, he is representing the president at the commissioning of one of the projects being executed by the FCT Minister Wike. And so he is joining us here later today, inshallah. But the program will kickstart in his absence because we have his representative here. So at this juncture, ladies and gentlemen, I have the pleasure of inviting the chairman, our host, the chairman of Zaria Local Government, Engineer Jamil Ahmad Muhammad, for his welcome remarks. Thank you.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Your Excellency, the Speaker, House of Representatives, Right Honorable Dr. Abbas Tajuddin, PhD, GCON, EMZZ, ably represented by our leader, Right Honorable Alasan Adodogwa, the representatives of the Ministers of Defense and Education present here, my brother and friend, the Deputy Chief of Staff to Speaker, House of Representatives, Alan Ilyas Balarabi, the Chairman of Zaria Education Development Association, and our dear brother, Dr. Abdul Alimi Bello, the Chairman of the Combined Farmers Association, Kaduna State, other invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. It is with immense gratitude and deep sense of duty that I welcome you all to this historic regional citizen roundtable engagement here in Zaria, the heart of Kaduna State and the pride of Northern Nigeria. Today's gathering is not just another item on our democratic calendar, it is a monumental stride towards bridging the gap between governance and the governed. This platform offers an opportunity for open, honest, and constructive engagement between citizens and their elected representatives. As chairman of Zaria Local Government, I'm deeply honored to host this crucial event. The theme of this gathering, bridging governance and grassroots strengthening citizen participation in Nigerian democracy, is timely and is urgent. And in an era where public trust in institutions faces serious test, it is imperative that we reinvigorate the democratic spirit by returning power to its true custodian, the people. Distinguished guests, we in Zaria understand the value of dialogue. Our communities are rich in diversity, intellect, and resilience, but they also face daily realities that must be addressed. Youth unemployment, poor infrastructure, insecurity, and educational gaps. These issues require a governance approach that is responsive, inclusive, and people-oriented. That is why this roundtable, supported by the House of Representatives, the Ford Foundation, Global Rights, and other vital partners, it is enough to simply pass laws in Abuja. We must ensure that those laws translate into tangible improvements in our towns and villages. I commend the leadership of the House of Representatives, particularly our leader, our mentor and boss, Right Honorable Dr. Abbas Tajuddin, PhD, ENZZ, for initiating this dialogue. Your dedication to strengthening parliamentary transparency, institutional accountability, and citizen engagement is not just commendable, it is visionary. Let me also extend our appreciation to all the representatives of the ministers that are here, the civil society organizations, our international partners, and all invited guests. Your voices have shaped a democracy that listens and acts. I pledge that the local government will continue to be a model for grassroots governance. We are investing heavily in education, healthcare, and digital inclusion. We are empowering our local artisans and traders, and we are building platforms that amplify youth voices and ensure inclusive development. In conclusion, let this roundtable not be a one-day affair. Let it birth a new culture of civic dialogue where every citizen feels seen, heard, and valued. Let it spark new collaboration and commitment that translate into real impact on the lives of ordinary Nigerians. Thank you all for being part of this journey, and you are welcome to Zaria, the land of heritage, hospitality, and hope. God bless Zaria local government, God bless Katsina State, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. You are all welcome to this very important gathering. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I think the chairman deserves another round of applause, please. I don't know who set this podium, but you're not being fair to me. Notwithstanding, can you see me? Can everybody see me? Can you see my face? Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, as you may have heard, this is not the first roundtable we are having. We had this on the 11th of this month in Abuja. And we had a number of CSOs, representatives from different organizations. And it was now decided that let's take it down the north. And later, maybe in about a month's time, we'll go to the south in Lagos specifically to hold that of the south. On this note, ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce the recap of the program we held in Abuja, both in earlier this month and of course in December. If you are ready, please, multimedia, are you ready with the video, the recap of the roundtable? Thank you. Go on, please, go on.
Welcome one and all to these roundtable citizens engagement, along with civil society organizations and members of the public. This roundtable is funded by Fourth Foundation for Global Rights, a civil society organization based in Nigeria. The Fourth Foundation even extended their support in recognition of the unprecedented and unparalleled achievements of the House of Representatives under the leadership of the writers of past and PhD, GCUN. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, announcing the arrival of our convener of this program, His Excellency, the Right Honorable Ambassador of the PhD, GCUN. He leads us out to that House of Representatives, 80 representatives in the power, majority leader of the House of Representatives, the writers of Professor Judas, the Honorable RON. I will please have a start. Most formally welcome all of us to today's event. The young leader of the House of Representatives. Please let's join me to welcome Right Honorable Kingston Chishwa for the welcome and the opening remarks.
With great pleasure and honor that I welcome you to the People's House for this very important Citizens Roundtable with the leadership of your house. This event, bringing together the leadership of the House with you, the citizens, underscores our resolve to continually engage with the people we are privileged to serve. This gathering also serves as a significant marker, coinciding with the midterm of the 10th House of Representatives, allowing us to reflect on our progress and affirm our dedication to the priorities of the people and the nation. We are eager to hear your perspectives and engage in a productive dialogue. Today's gathering provides a unique opportunity for us to engage in frank and open discussion on the pressing issues facing our nation. We are here to listen to you. We are here to learn from you, and we are here to act on your preferred policy options. We want to hear your concerns. We want to hear your suggestions and your aspirations for the future of Nigeria. Your input will directly inform our legislative actions and guide them.
This forum represents the very essence of participative democracy. This is democracy in action, live and direct. Where the representatives of the people create a forum to exchange ideas and chart a progressive path for national development. I salute the leadership of the House for demonstrating the foresight and the political will to deepen the dialogue between government and the government and open people and open the policies, especially at this critical juncture in our national journey.
On the Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, our mandate is simple: to make sure that Nigeria is progressively easier to do business. We focus on making sure that we retain investment, that businesses operating within the shores of Nigeria have a conducive environment. We also attract investment and capital to the country, patient capital, capital markets, foreign direct investments. We work on trade policy, making sure that the tariffs and the trade rules and trade facilitation, that people who do business, especially exports.
How do you dispute that the National Assembly is not a rubber stamp executive? There are two referendums. We have a proposal presented by the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to the National Assembly as a budget proposal. And we also have budget report submitted by the National Assembly to the President, which is assented by the President of the Command Park, which is below. Please take your time. Compare the proposal and the act. Is it word for word? Is it item for item? Balance?
Which prioritizes food security as a matter of national urgency. We all recall almost 2 years ago, July 2023, Mr. President had declared an emergency for security. That in itself is an indication that there was a problem in terms of availability, affordability, and accessibility to food.
I welcome you all. National Assembly Library is a center for debates and dialogue. It is open to all Nigerians who have both physical resources and digital online resources. We are excited that you are able to come. We continually have discussions, roundtables, and this is a center for innovation policies. That's why we are addressing you. Between the people and the leadership of the House of Representatives. Under a banner, the banner of the project presented by Global Rights and the project coordination unit CCU of the House of Representatives with the kind support from the World Foundation. The project is actually coined after the People's House, a slogan built by the President House of Representatives. So demonstrate his intention to fully represent the will and the aspirations of the people of Nigeria. These engagements, therefore, could not be more timely or more necessary. Across the world, strong democracies are built on the foundation of representative governance, where the parliament serves as the critical bridge between the people and the state. The parliament, by its very nature and mandate, is the most ultimate arm of government to the people. It is indeed the people's house. Yet, as we all know, that bridge is still underutilized. For many Nigerians, the legislative process remains remote, complex, and far removed from their daily realities. As citizens are often unaware of how laws are made, how their representatives function, and most importantly, how they themselves are meaningfully engaged with and influence these processes.
It's for us to dialogue on how to move this nation forward, to unify the people we are representing, the National Assembly, and the citizens of Nigeria, to hear what are your problems, and also for the National Assembly, especially the House of Representatives, to be able to see what exactly you expect from them. Tomorrow, nobody will sit back and say, I do not partake. I don't know what the House of Representatives is doing. This is another good one, and I give the kudos to our librarian who packaged this August meeting.
How you do what you're supposed to. Citizens do. Meeting the people, giving them opportunity to see, voice their feelings. Very, very important. Even if you don't get it, all that you have asked for or convinces, at least you your opportunity to say no. That is all democracy is about.
So now we go to the reason why we're here, to engage with the Nigerian citizen. We're going to start with taking some questions from the donor representative. We have representatives for each of the 6 geopolitical zones. We'll start with them, and then we'll take some questions from the CSS present. We have faith-based organizations. We also have professional institutions and citizens covering women, youth, and persons with disabilities, of course.
What is the leadership of the House of Representatives doing about the state of security in Northwest? You'll be amazed to know that there is no day we sit without at least 2, 3, through 4 motions on security issues.
And when we talk about abandoned projects, we talk about corruption, we talk about all the ills, I believe strongly that it is the function of the National Assembly to do oversight, to do proper appropriation, to ensure that these things are done correctly.
So oversight is the key to strict. That is one of our major responsibilities. It's not just appropriate. We have to follow up to make sure that the money has been spent where it's been done.
I want to ask, referencing the Nigerian Constitution, directly principles of state policy.
there are conditions stated by the Constitution as to what government should be doing for the citizens. Economic objective of government, social objective of government, political objective of government.
Politics is a dynamic process, and it involves conflicting interests. It involves aspirations, dreams, hopes, and there are those who are taking notes in terms of past experiences. It will be good to and support the fact that yes, we democratize the political system of the electoral reforms. We have received 2,263 bills since the beginning, which 100% received answers. These bills are not about buying cars, it's buying things for people. It's about the conditions of schools, health, infrastructure, security, and we cover everything. The market is burnt down. Somebody moves a motion that very big, matter of urgent public importance, and it must be hit. And there is a follow-up immediately to the agencies that are now.
My question is what happened this year with respect of JAM examination that we face in the court. And the second one is on WAEC examination and how in respect of education.
As your representatives, this 10th Assembly frown at the issue of JAM and WAEC. If you watch the media, even His Excellency, the Deputy Speaker, personally took the center space on the issue of reforming of JAM and WAEC.
Dialogue we have at level are very interesting. But if you take the statistics of the members of the House, how many members actually go back to their constituencies on this kind of dialogues? How many members actually have constitutional offices within their constituencies so that their constituents engage them?
Let me assure you that to my knowledge and to the leadership's knowledge, almost all the constituencies of the House of Representatives, they are functional offices. We have a committee in the House that monitor to ensure that members have constituency offices. And I remember the leadership last year encouraged all the 360 members to go back to their constituencies and engage the constituents before even the budget presentation.
There should be a 5% implementation. For example, in all government parastatals, in terms of employment and all that. So I hope the House of Representatives is keeping to that because we want to ask you a question. Do you have 5% employment of persons with disability in this House of Representatives? Do we have persons with disability who are employed here? Have you implemented the 5%?
The House has set up a committee to commence implementation of that law. And I will also say that I'm the chairman of that committee. That committee was set amongst leadership with the chairman of the House Committee on Persons with Disability as a member.
And then in 6 times of peace, sexual and gender-based violence thrives and is taking a toll on us daily. Now, yesterday, I saw a student who sold her eggs to be able to raise 100,000 naira. And 100,000 naira was after the cuts that agents will get. Now, I also saw a student who needed to sell her eggs to be able to start her business to keep her in school.
To show you that under the leadership of our Deputy Speaker, who happens to be the chairman on the House Committee on Constitutional Amendment, is taking a different perspective to constitutional amendment. This is about the first time whereby the timetable has been set up to see how you can have 2 cycles of constitutional amendment so that as much as possible can be captured within one legislative assembly. And one of the bills that has been on the front burner of the Constitution Amendment Committee, which I happen to be a member of, and that's why I can speak from the point of authority.
A lot of our youth have this initiative, ideas.
but they have no access to funding. And that is why under the United Nigerian Youth Congress, we have embarked on a mission to empower that 7,000 Nigerians across the country. But now the problem is Nigerians with ideas have no access to funding. In all countries that survive or that succeeded, you find out that all they need is ideas. If you have ideas, you have access to funding. Thank you very much.
It would be ideal if you
Please do me a favor, sound manager. Fade out. Fade out. Please, and then you can take it off the screen. Because this is rather taking too much of our time. This is just to give you a sneak peek into what happened on the 12th when we converged on Abuja for the citizens' engagement with the Speaker of the House of Representatives. Just to let you know that this is actually real. The Speaker, because born out of his concern to get Nigerians understand what government is doing, especially at the parliamentary level, is upscaling this to various zones and geopolitical zones of the country. I think he deserves a round of applause. Can we please give it up for him one more time? Thank you, and thank you very much indeed. We'll be taking a few goodwill messages, but before then, permit me to recognize the presence of Alhaji Sani Shaban, is Damburan Zazo, and a former member of the House of Representatives. Whilst he held sway as a member of the House of Representatives, he represented Sabongeri Federal Constituency. Please put your hands together for him. Thank you so much for honoring us with your esteemed presence. I'd also like to recognize the presence of Alhaji Musa Indabo. He is a PDP chieftain here in Zaria local government area. Please, a round of applause for him, please. Let me also recognize very quickly the esteemed presence of Honorable Tahir Esquire. He is a Director General, Kaduna State Government Bureau of Interfaith. I'd like to welcome you. Please put your hands together for him. Please, can you please come over here? Honorable Tahir Esquire. Where are you seated, sir? Where are you, sir? Oh, he's seated at the back. Please don't block the thoroughfare. Mata Masu Justin. DG Interfaith Bureau, Bureau of Interfaith. Thank you very much. Let me also recognize the presence of the representative of the Directorate of State Service, Suleiman Umar, FCS. Please, a round of applause for Suleiman Umar. Where are you seated, sir? Please, a round of applause for him. Thank you very much. The Right Honorable Speaker, please permit me at this juncture to call for his goodwill message. The very first to blaze the trail with a goodwill message will be the Chairman, All Farmers Association Nigeria, Kaduna State Chapter, Alhaji Nuhu Amido. Please, because for want of time, just stand on the existing protocol after mentioning the Speaker of the House of Representatives. Please rest on the already established protocol so we make it seamless. 2 minutes, please.
Assalamu alaikum. Na ba kowa girman da Allah ya bashi. Abin da zan yi a gurguje saboda lokacin masallaci. Na farko dai muna miƙa godiya ga abubuwan da mai girma speaker ke mana, musamman kyautatawa a wurin aikin noma, wanda ko sati uku ba a yi ba, mai girma chairman na kamar hukumar Zaria ya nuna mana irin abubuwan da ya shiryo, ya samu muka yi cluster akan manoma, kuma in Allah sa da abin da yake yi yayi, manoman jihar Kaduna ba karamar hukumar Zaria ba da jihar Arewa da suke magana in Allah ya sa da za su dara, kuma ya mun yi cluster din, a cluster da ya bada mu afan a cikin wanda shi mai girma speaker yake yi, akwai foundation seat mu kuma za mu taimaka masa da shi wanda za su sa hekta 450, wanda mai girma cewa na karamar hukumar Zaria ya yi nuni kuma ya ce a tabbatar da an ɗauko manoma na Allah bai san a yi kitso da kwarkwata. In Allah ya da mai girma cewa za a yi muku wannan, kuma za mu yi biyayya mai girma al'asan doguwa akwai kalubale na manoma shine na insecurity wanda ake yi. Jiya mun yi mitin a jihar Kaduna wanda mai girma gwamna ya samu muka yi, aka tattauna akan shi, wanda ba dole ne mu faɗi ta nan ba saboda gyara ne na security. In Allah ya sa da kuma za mu yi baki kokarin mu ga mun kawo, za mu ci gaba da bada goyon baya don jihar Kaduna tana da registered farmers mutum 37,000 wanda suke AFA, All Farmers Association of Nigeria, kuma insha Allah za ta ba gwamnatin ku goyon baya da duk abin da kuke bukata in Allah ya yarda. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you very much. Just to translate a few words from what he said in Hausa, he said AFAM is appreciative of all the efforts, all the laudable projects the speaker has been doing, especially his interventions in the area of farming, that his members have benefited so far immensely from the speaker's intervention, and then he wished everybody well. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please, a round of applause for him. Okay, but clapping is a sign of good health. I stumbled on a research, our leader here understands that very well. I stumbled on a research that was done by the University of Philadelphia in November 2014 that says people who clap when it's important to clap live longer, healthier, youthful, wrinkles-free, ageless, visit doctors less, and in turn, clapping helps to rejuvenate your internal organs. Please imbibe the culture of clapping. Yawa. So please, at this juncture, as a very special leader, the convener of this program, would like to take another goodwill message. This time around, we want to invite the representative of the Muslim Ummah, Imam. Please, can we have that list of our distinguished guests, those of them from the faith-based organizations, please? I know there's an Imam, I know there's a Reverend Sister. So please, let's get ready for our goodwill messages, but please keep it just to 2 minutes. I'd like to invite very quickly Imam Hussein Makanjola, please, to speak on behalf of the Muslim Ummah. Is he here? Imam Hussein Makanjola, please, a round of applause. Ta'ala tafami.
Good afternoon to you all. Good morning. And assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. I welcome you all to this very beautiful, very educative program. On behalf of Muslim Peace Network, we really appreciate this very beautiful program because as a religious leader, we play a very key role in our community development, leveraging our influences to promote social well-being, advocate for positive change, and foster spiritual and moral growth. We also act as a moral authority, educators, and organizers, utilizing our unique position to address societal challenges and empower communities. And on behalf of Muslim Business and other Muslims in our community in Kaduna State, we will continue to support our leaders in the House of Representatives in every community development. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I just told us about the health benefits of clapping, and you're not clapping. Please give it up for him one more time. Thank you very much. At this point, Your Excellency, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me invite the Women's Interfaith Council, represented here at this occasion by Reverend Sister Veronica Onyanisi Ola, to please come and give us this, her goodwill message representing the entire Christians here. Please can we give her a round of applause, please? Reverend Sister.
I greet you all in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. I'm not representing only the Christian. I'm representing both the Christian and the Muslims because my association is Interfaith Forum of Muslim and Christian Women's Association. It's women organization that is into peace building, interreligious dialogue, empowerment of women. There will be no development, there will be no progress without women. We are talking about inclusion. So I will appreciate on behalf of Women's Interfaith Council, the Honorable Speaker, for cascading this program and allowing us, the Kaduna State, to host it. I also appreciate the funders, the Ford Foundation, who funded this program through Global Rights. We appreciate every one of you, and we appreciate the Speaker and the House of Representatives for giving us this wonderful opportunity to air our views, to talk about the progress happening in our state, in our country, in our region, and to talk about challenges we are facing in order to move forward. So I greet you all. Assalamu alaikum. Atabir. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Unkwini akuitafi kutafa mata. Yawa. Haka makeso. Thank you very much for balancing it for our understanding. Let me invite very quickly, Your Excellency, because we're looking at our time. And so we insist that we please just take 2 minutes only. At this point, I will be inviting the Director General, Kaduna State Government Bureau of Interfaith, Honorable Tahir Esquire, for his goodwill. A round of applause, please.
Bismillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. In the name of Almighty Allah, most efficient and most merciful, Mr. Speaker, the chairman of great local government, all members of the High Church, my brothers and sisters, assalamu alaikum. Alhamdulillah, I would like to join my sister in appreciating Mr. Speaker for cascading this very important engagement in our very important constituencies area. This is a very important opportunity that avails us to exchange ideas and to know more on what the legislators are doing. We appreciate him and we appreciate all the members. Equally, the importance of this kind of engagement will not be overemphasized. So we pray that much more of this will come our way so that we'll be able to know more of what the legislators are doing. And we would like to crave our indulgence to call on us to continue to support our leaders. Because it's an injection put into our allegiance, and at the same time, advise them where we feel that they go astray. So we thank everybody and we thank the organizers for giving us the opportunity to be here. Thank you once again. Allah continue to guide us. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, and thank you very much indeed. May I then invite the honorable ministers to please take their turn one after the other. It is my honor and privilege to invite the honorable minister, Minister of Power, represented at this occasion by Modibo Turaki Modibo, the Deputy Director, Planning and Policy in the Ministry of Power in Abuja, to please come and speak on behalf of the Honorable Minister of Power. Please can we welcome him with a very resounding applause. The Honorable Minister's representative says.
His Excellency, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, ably represented by Right Honorable Adodogwa. Please allow me to stand on existing protocol, please. I'm representing my honorable minister on Chief Adebayo Adelagi, so I'm going to read his speech. It is with deep sense of duty and appreciation that I extend warm greetings to you all on behalf of the Federal Ministry of Power. I'm honored to be part of this important Citizens Roundtable, a vital platform that not only strengthens the democratic governance, but also reaffirms our collective commitments to inclusive development across the Northern Zone and Nigeria at large. Over the past 2 years, we have witnessed a legislator that is not only committed to lawmaking, but also to listening to the voices of the people. Hence, the gathering is very timely and commendable because citizens' engagement is critical to achieving our sectoral reforms. Also, the path to sustainable energy access improvement infrastructure and service delivery must be paved with open conversation, transparency, and the kind of partnership that this roundtable represents. Accordingly, the northern region, with its immense potential from agriculture, solid minerals to small and medium-scale industries, stand to gain significantly from the improvements we are driving in the power sector. The Ministry of Power is very much aware of the challenges faced in the sector. However, it remains committed to addressing the specific challenges facing this region, from rural electrification and grid expansion to improve service delivery and support for off-grid solutions. The ministry is actively collaborating with the National Assembly
Speaker. And we want to say big thank you to everybody for finding time to join this event. This roundtable is not just one of those other meetings. This roundtable is meant to elicit opinions from citizens and from all the groups that we have across the state and in other regions. And so when the floor is open for us to interact with the leadership of the House and all the other people across here, please feel very free to bring out the issues that you know are burning in your community and in your state. And we have people here that we address this. And not just saying, what are you doing? What are you doing? This is not working. But when we are talking, let's focus on bringing a solution on how to address the issues we all face as a country. So by the time we end this roundtable today, we'll be very glad that we have used our time very well. So once again, on behalf of the Director of Sports Foundation and the Executive Director of Global Right, I will say big welcome to everybody and thank you for listening. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you very much indeed. For those of you that understands that these persons are equally supporting democracy, the Ford Foundation and global rights, I'd like to please make that applause for them a lot louder than that. Thank you, and thank you very much indeed. At this juncture, I consider it very expedient to then invite the chief convener of this program. But before he comes on, permit me to say a word in honor of a towering figure in our democratic journey, the Right Honorable Al-Hassan Ado Dogua, Sardanan Kasar Hausa Meituta, Sardanan Rano in Kano State, the Latunkan Iwa in Kebbi State, and Chairman House of Representatives Committee on Petroleum Resources Upstream. Honorable Al-Hassan Ado Dogua is a man whose name has become synonymous with courage, conviction, clarity, and leadership of purpose. In the hollow chambers of the House of Representatives, he is a voice that echoes with strength and principle. On the streets, Honorable Ado Dogua is a man of the people, accessible, very accessible at that, authentic, and deeply rooted in the culture and values of his forebearers in the North. Right Honorable Ado Dogua is not just a lawmaker, and for those of you who do not know him that much, he is a bridge between tradition and modern governance, a fierce defender of truth and democracy, a passionate advocate for national unity. His service over the years is not just driven by ambition, but by an unyielding desire to see Nigeria and indeed Northern Nigeria rise to its fullest potential. Today, I salute you, our leader, not only in your titles, but the substance that defines you, loyalty, leadership, and legacy. May your strength never wane. May your voice continue to inspire a generation of patriots as yourself. It is at this point in time, ladies and gentlemen, that I'd like to invite the Right Honorable Abbas Tajuddin, PhD, GCON, Ian Zazel, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, who doubles as the convener of this program, to speak through the Right Honorable Al-Hassan Ado Dogua, Chairman Northern Caucus House of Representatives and Chairman House of Representatives Committee on Petroleum Resources Upstream. Thank you. Can we make that applause for him a bit louder than that? Your Excellency, sir.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
وصلى الله على نبي الكريم. The Honorable Chairman, Zaria local government, who obviously is the host for this event, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, fellow participants, members of the Fourth Estate of the Realm, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I would like to very respectfully crave your indulgence to allow me stand on the rightly established protocols. But that notwithstanding, I think it's also critical for me to recognize our own Right Honorable Sani Shaban, a member of the House of Representatives. Honorable Sani Shaban was actually one of those who laid this very solid foundation in the House of Representatives that we are now operating on. I decided not to call him a former member because we also diligently do like the Senate, that once you are a member, you always remain a member of the House of Representatives. My senior colleague, Honorable Sani, you are welcome to this very important occasion. I must also mention on a lighter mood that Right Honorable Sani Shaban was one of those brilliant students of the House of Representatives as an institution, because he went once and he sat his exit exams once and passed. But for people like me, and with due respect to the Honorable Speaker, who may not be as brilliant as he is, we kept on repeating. So I hope when I get out of this room, Mr. Shari Aban will give me the secret as to how to write my exam and pass. Myself and the Honorable Speaker have been repeating our exams in the House of Representatives. Still, we have not been able to pass House of Representatives. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, like the MC rightly stated, I am here to stand in on behalf of my principal, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Right Honorable Abbas Tajuddin, ESZZ, PhD, GCOM, and I have a prepared speech to present on his behalf. But distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I would like to also crave your indulgence once again to allow me say on record that I stand here delighted. I also stand here as a proud member of the House of Representatives under the leadership of Right Honorable Abbas Tajuddin. Not simply because I'm representing him in this an important occasion, but for Mr. Speaker, to despite the arrays of intellectual and very brilliant colleagues of mine, and of course other allies around him, decided to direct me to stand in for him in a program like this. And like I said, not only for the program, the location of the program being in Zaria, his home community, this definitely gave me a lot of excitement. And I want to put on record that I appreciate His Excellency, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Right Honorable Abbas Tajuddin, for giving me the opportunity to be with you today, even though I must confess and register his apologies for unavoidably being absent here as a person. But I believe, Mr. Speaker, Right Honorable Abbas Tajuddin is definitely here with us in his spirit, and I am officially standing in for him, though the shoe is quite big for me, but I will battle enough to ensure that he is fully represented. And like the MC rightly said, he will obviously join us in the evening to continue the rest of the program. So distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I will go ahead, read the speech as prepared by His Excellency Right Honorable Abbas Tajuddin, PhD, GCON, Speaker, House of Representatives, at the Citizens Roundtable with the leadership of the House at Organo Hotel and Suite for 35 Hanwa Road, GRA, Sabonga, Zaria, on Friday, today, the 27th June 2025. It is with immense pride and honor that I welcome you to Zaria, my federal constituencies, and the ancient city of the royal splendor and Nigeria's #1 center of learning. It is a home of hospitality, a mini Nigeria, and friendly people. Zaria is historically regarded as the home of all Nigerians, and we are pleased to welcome you here today. Feel at home and enjoy your stay in Zaria. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this Citizens Roundtable, with the leadership of the 10th House of Representatives, is a continuation of our deliberate agenda to involve citizens in the activities of the House of Representatives. It is a testament to our resolve to engage with the people we are privileged to serve and account for our stewardship. I want to extend my sincere appreciation to the Ford Foundation, whose generous support and partnership facilitated this roundtable through global rights. This interactive meeting aligned with the midterm report of the 10th House of Representatives, through which we reflect on our progress and reaffirm our dedication to the priorities of the people and nation over the past 2 years. I am particularly happy to host you here today because besides holding this event in my country home, it coincides with commissioning of some of my constituency projects billed for commissioning tomorrow. And I'm especially inviting you all to join me in the commissioning of those projects to see for yourself that we do not only talk about what we do, we also do what we say. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, at the inauguration of the 10th House on June 13, 2023, we immediately acknowledged the fact that our legitimacy and effectiveness are fundamentally interwoven with the trust and confidence bestowed upon us by the citizenry. This chamber is indisputably the people's chamber, and we are stewards of the collective will entrusted with solemn task of advancing their interests. Fully aware of this critical duty, we prioritize creating pathways for transparent dialogue, embracing constructive critiques, and fostering collaborative approach to addressing national challenges. Since that landmark day, citizens' engagement has been meticulously integrated as one of the mainstreams of our 8-point legislative agenda. Through a series of substantive consultations, we have sought public perspectives on key legislative priorities and pressing national issues, from focused discussion and appropriations and state policy to deliberation on national security, economic resilience, political inclusion, and equitable gender representation. We have remained unwavering in our commitment to aligning our legislative efforts with the dynamic aspirations of the people we serve. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we acknowledge that voices of the citizenry are of paramount significance as solemn foundation upon which impactful legislation, transformative policies, and consequential decisions are made and enacted. Our steadfast commitment to a flourishing democracy is deeply entrenched in the principle of active and meaningful civic engagement, because we are convinced that a forum such as this, characterized by unfettered dialogue, the intellectual exchange of ideas, and incisive constructive critique, is vital in equipping the leadership with our nation to handle the complexities of governance, steering state towards sustained progress and collective prosperity. This roundtable, therefore, embodies our resolute dedication to cultivating a robust and symbiotic relationship with the House and the citizenry. It is a proof that our determination to ensure that governance remains inclusive, reflective, and in tune to the aspirations of those whose mandate we are privileged to uphold. This roundtable is evident that our dedication to fostering dynamic and symbiotic relationships between the 10th House of Representatives and the people yields a lot of results. Today's event shows our resolve to engage directly with the citizenry, listening attentively to their concerns, suggestions, and aspirations. As reiterated during the maiden state of the House on December 20th, 2024, and the last roundtable in Abuja 2 weeks ago, we are not only elected to speak for the people, but must also speak with them and amplify their voices. This gathering, therefore, validates our pledge to nurture collaboration, inviting participants to share incisive perspectives, propose viable solutions, and enrich our legislative agenda with their invaluable contributions. It is also an opportunity for us to share with them about what we have done as their representatives, both within and outside the chamber of the House of Representatives. As holders of people's mandate and trust, I cherish opportunities to engage with my dear people and account for my stewardship. I sincerely want to appreciate the good people of Zaria Federal Constituencies for trusting me with their mandate and sending me on errands for the past 14 years as their representative at the Green Chamber. I am the Speaker of the 10th House today because of the mercy of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the confidence that my dear people reposed in me. You have been invited to interact with the leadership of the House. Feel free to ask questions and seek clarification where necessary. That is why we are your representatives. Everyone is free to speak his or her mind in respect for each other. There can be no democracy without the people. This forum now offers me an opportunity to say thank you to my constituents and also brief them on what I have been able to do for them in the last 24 months, some of which will be commissioned during my meeting with them tomorrow. I hereby invite you to join me, celebrate with my constituents tomorrow on the commissioning and the groundbreaking ceremony of some of the speaker's projects. On this note, therefore, I extend my sincere gratitude to my colleagues in the National Assembly, particularly those in the Northwest Caucus, for their continued support and prayer, and to the good people of Zaria, Kaduna State, the Northwest, and the entire people of Nigeria. Thank you for believing in me. And to everyone who has contributed in making today's program a reality, I say a very big thank you all. I once again, the House extend its sincere appreciation to Ford Foundation, whose generous facilitated this roundtable through global rights. We look forward to our continued partnerships and support in our shared commitment to deepen democratic ideals in our dear country, Nigeria. We are confident that this Citizens Roundtable will be a resounding success. We look forward to productive and insightful discussions. We are eager to hear your perspectives and to work together as partners with you in the Nigerian project. Thank you for coming, and may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Please, may I call for a better, bigger round of applause for the Speaker of the House of Representatives, speaking through the Right Honorable Alhassan Nado Dogoa, the Chairman Northern Caucus House of Representatives, Sardaunan Kasara House of Maituta, Sadzaunangano de la Tunkangewa, Chairman House of Representatives Committee on Petroleum Resources Upstream. Thank you very much. Please, photographers, would like that we have a group photograph with those of them on the front row. First of all, with members of the high table, and then afterwards, we'll be inviting us to take our turn batch by batch. But before we do that, I'd like to plead with the representative of honorable ministers that are seated. Please kindly stay with us for the interactive session. It is very, very important because there are questions that will be coming from the citizens of Nigeria, especially of northern Nigeria, that you are meant to respond to. And we also want to plead with the chairman, executive chairman of Zaria local government, who doubles as our host, to please also tarry with us a while. We know that what is ahead of you in the office is enormous, so kindly just bear with us for a while. Thank you very much. Please put your hands together for our very distinguished guests. Dr. Amina would like to welcome you. Thank you so very much for joining us on the Haja Nana. We also want to welcome you from the Speaker's office. Let me, at this juncture, then Let's get this done quickly. Thank you. Thank you very much. Please, the seat of honor. Convener of this program, the Please, Honorable Minister of Defense, Honorable Minister of Power, and Honorable Minister of State for Education, please, we want to plead with you to stay with us because we are moving straight into the interactive session at this point in time. So, special guest of honor, leader says, please, I'll be yielding the floor to my brother and colleague, the Special Advisor on Media and Publicity, to the Speaker of the House of Representatives, my brother Honorable Musa Yoshik, to please handle this interactive session. Adala tapa mission. Kosawa adala kosawa. Mala kukoma bayako. Masoyi go the wire. Kukoma wajen zaman ku da Allah. To basmillah, Mala Musa.
Thank you very much, Andy. Thank you. Da Allah kowa ya nemi wuri ya zauna. Yanzu lokaci ne da za a tattauna da shugabannin majalisa, sa'annan kuma da wasu manyan baki da muke da su a nan. Da Allah kowa ya zauna, kowa ya nemi wuri ya zauna. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for an interactive session. It's now time for our interactive session with the leadership of the House. Let me establish the ground rules for this. Because today is Friday, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to make it brief. However, we'll try as much as possible to accommodate as much views as we can. So we'll try.
Please, can we work on this microphone quickly?
We'll try as much as possible to accommodate as much people as we can. We have representatives from northern states, and then we also have representatives from other organizations, the academia, faith-based institutions, and all of that here present. So, Your Excellency the Speaker, with your permission, we are starting. We are giving representatives from the Northwest, the Northeast, and the North Central the opportunity to either comment, observe, or ask questions. What's wrong with this mic, please? Can you try to fix that? So yanzu lokaci ne da za a baiwa al'umma dama da wanda yake da tsokaci zai yi tsokacinsa, da wanda yake da tambaya zai yi tambaya. Insha Allah manyan baki da suke nan da shi jagoran namu. Hello, okay. Insha Allah manyan baki da ke zaune a nan da wakilan ministoci da suke nan da wakilin speaker Right Honorable Alhassan Ado Doguwa da chairman. Alhamdulillah, chairman ya yi aiki a majalisa kafin ya zama chairman, ya san yadda majalisa take, ga kuma dikos shi ma a zaune. Insha Allah za a ba da ansoshi. So za mu fara ne daga shiyar arewa maso yammaci. Idan da wani da ya zo daga shiyar arewa maso yammaci yana da tambaya game da ayyukan da majalisa take yi a ƙarƙashin shugabancin Right Honorable Abbas Tajuddin Iyan Zazzau, don Allah ya ɗaga hannu. Idan da mai tambaya ko da wani tsokaci ko wata shawara da kake son ka bada daga Northwest, arewa maso yammaci. Okay, one, I have one here. Okay, I have two. So I am identifying the two of you for now. Dan Allah, for gender balance, muna son mace guda ɗaya daga arewa maso yammaci. Okay, so I have the three of you. I'm starting from him and then come to you and we go to her. Thank you.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Am I to speak in English or in Hausa? Okay, my name is Abdullahi Lawal. I come from Kaduna State, Ilere, specifically. The Right Honorable Speaker, ably represented by Right Honorable Alasan Adodogwa, permit me to sit on all the existing protocol. I am from a place that are heavily farmers. And of recent, we discovered that the federal government, through its policy, has brought in quite a number of maize and soybeans into this country. This is certainly a good omen. At least it has crashed down the prices of maize for the average Nigerian to be able to eat. However, as a farmer, if federal government bring in maize and it did not bring in fertilizer, then certainly we will be in a mess by next year. You cannot sell a bag of maize at 38 or 37,000 and buy a bag of fertilizer at the cost of 50,000 naira, which means more farmers will be set out of their profession. So in this regard, I would want to get some more clarification from His Excellency whether or not what actually the federal government is doing to address this imbalance. Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon. The Honorable Speaker, ably represented by the Right Honorable Adodogwa. I beg to stand on the already existing protocol. My name is Hannatu Ahwan from Kaduna State Civil Society. Thank you very much for the good work that the House of Reps is doing. I'm standing here to appeal to you. The bill for special seats for women is before the public. This might not be the public area for bills, but I just want to use this opportunity to ask that you give this bill a priority. And just to also call on to everyone for support. Please, nobody should feel threatened that the bill is going to take away the seats some people are already occupying. It is only asking for a quota to be provided for women and other marginalized groups so that we can have more women within the decision-making platform, especially the assemblies, both at the national level and at the state level. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yes, I'm taking directives from you. Madam Musa is the third person.
Here.
Okay. Please your name and what agency or government or state you represent. Skip protocols and go straight to your questions.
My name is Comrade Mubarak Godevi. I'm representing Zaria Progressive Minds. Mine is a question directly to the Minister of Education here represented. Sir, you mentioned learning poor as part of the problems the education sector is facing today. And from what we have, or from the statistics we have today, particularly regarding JAM, let me say, 2/3 of the students writing JAM today are not passing the average mark to universities. Sir, in this aspect, or in this case, what mechanisms or what methods are you employing as the ministry to ensure this imbalance? The second question is still on the JAM, sir, still on the JAM. We are yet to understand why when students write JAM in the initial or first year, and maybe after scoring the average marks to the universities, and we are able to secure admission of any of the universities, we'll still have to pay for JAM next year. We don't understand why we are doing this. I am suggesting that this JAM should have a very definite period, so that once you pass until you are admitted to complete specified periods. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mubarak from Zaria Progressives Mind. And so we have 3 questions now. We will take from the Northeast. Do we have people from the Northeast here? We'll take 2 from the Northeast, please. 2, because of time. 1 male, 1 female.
We want to.
Okay, so there is a female at towards the back, yeah.
Yes. Do we start with the female?
Yes, let's start with her, please.
Let's play this here, my love. Please your name and the state or agency you represent.
My name is Aisha Alcohol from Partners, West Africa, Nigeria.
Your state.
From Bauchi State. The sphere of our activity cuts across various states within Nigeria. Mine is to actually give a comment and also a suggestion to the lingering issues of CSO shrinkage within the Nigerian sphere. At the core of the development concerns of every nation, it's about addressing those problems and also making impact. I would say that a lot of civil society organizations and non-governmental organizations have made so much impact within grassroots, more than the outright work that is being seen by the federal government. So I'm seeing a possibility of the same way we have UK aid, the same way we have US aid, that Nigeria also gets to look towards that direction, work together with CSOs within grassroots to make the impact and also work through addressing the development concerns that we have in Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you. Who's next?
Okay.
Northeast.
Yes.
Okay. Please your name.
I hope you are not from Bauchi.
I'm from Adamawa State.
Okay.
I'm Professor Sunday Peter Zira from Adamawa State, Michigan, Madabele, Federal Constituency. Mine is a little bit of an advice, and then probably we will have a question. So we are seated here in this hall today, probably because we are all privileged. And the North, as a region, have over the past decades been under a severe attack, hunger, out of school, insecurity, economic backwardness, and so many things. I am wondering that all the legislation that has been taking place, we are not addressing one thing, which is the unity of the North. Whatever we do without unity is actually probably treating the wound at the surface. But deep within us is hatred, deep within us is division, deep within us is asking so many things. What is the National Assembly doing to bring back the glory of the North when we were old about 30, 40 years ago? When you mentioned the name Arewa before, it's a brotherhood. Today, it does not exist like that. What are we doing to curtail this menace? Of a truth, I'm not talking about election, but I'm talking about survival. But come 2027, I do not see one North any longer. So I think this is a very good forum for us to rub minds together, for the leadership to have a take home, and then sit within the National Assembly and do something very deliberate to bring back our unity so that we can remain as brothers as we used to do before. Our neighborhood can be safe, and everywhere in the North can still actually be safe. When I go to Zamfara, I should be accepted as another. When a Zamfara man goes to Benue, he should be accepted as another. I think this is one of the frontier of what we really need to do in the North for us to really further ahead. Thank you very much.
So I think
Thank you.
this time.
Oh yes, yeah. Thank you very much, Prof. And so we will I will hand over the mic to His Excellency, the Speaker, being represented here by the Chairman House Committee on Petroleum Upstream, and of course, the leader of the Northern Caucus in the House. Oh, you have your mic. Thank you.
Oh, once again, A'udhu billahi minash shaitani rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim wa sallallahu ala nabiyul kareem. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, participants drawn from all over the states of northern Nigeria, I guess. My respected colleagues here on the high table. Let me say once again, a very good afternoon. May I also start by probably putting the facts straight. While I was presenting Mr. Speaker's speech, I made mention of the fact that I appreciate Mr. Speaker's understanding with me. I salute him for giving me the opportunity to be part of this program and stand in for him, which by implication of that, I am one of the very few confident of Mr. Speaker, the number 4 citizen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I am glad for that opportunity, and we will continue to pray for His Excellency the Speaker for God's protection, guidance as he discharges his duties as the Speaker of the Federal House of Representatives. I am putting this back again because I would not like, for whatever reason, to abuse that confidence. The fact that I'm seated here to represent the Speaker does not make me 100% the Speaker here. The authorities of the Speaker, the powers embedded in the office of the Speaker, I want to say without fear of contradiction, they are basically absent in me. So in the course of my responses, in the course of my response to some of the questions raised, where I speak appropriately the mind of the Speaker, or where I speak correctly as the coveted office of the Speaker deserves to respond, I want my media colleagues to give the credit to Mr. Speaker, Right Honorable Abbas Tajuddin. Where out of overzealousness or whatever reason I speak out of course. So I want you to credit the blame to me, Honorable Ado. So distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I would like to also join invited colleagues and the important personalities that are seated here on the high table to thank Mr. Speaker once again for actually coming up with this roundtable initiative, where a platform is provided for Nigerians, especially the very Nigerians I'm seeing before me who are basically youth, women and young men that are seated here to come and share their thoughts with the leadership of the 10th House of Representatives by way of a roundtable. Like I said in the course of my presentation of Mr. Speaker's speech, we are given a platform or a window for Nigerians to come and share with us what they think should be made to actually accommodate the expectations of Nigerian people. We are also giving you opportunity to also put up your thought as to what you think legislation should be or policy making should even be on the part of the executive arm of government. So I want to thank you for some of the very good questions you raised, and particularly the question first raised by one from Lere local government about the situation, the predicaments of Nigerian farmers today as regards the low cost of agricultural product in the markets, vis-a-vis the cost of agricultural inputs, fertilizers and other things that are used in the farms. That he is asking or requesting the government to look at that predicament and address it. Because the situation as it is today is like maize and other agricultural products are selling so low in the market but the basic inputs for agricultural production, like fertilizers, are costing very high. While as a rudimentary student of economics, I will want to tell you that may not be a clear responsibility of the government or the Honorable Speaker to write what you think is wrong, because the forces of demand and supply always has to play. The forces have to play. You are operating a free market economy. We're encouraging by way of policy of the government and legislative policy, encouraging what we call competitiveness in our market. I want to share with you the concern you have for Nigerian farmers, because I'm also a farmer. Where you come from, which is Lere local government in Kaduna State, is only 25 kilometers from Dogwa town, which is my hometown in Kano State. I share with you this concern, and I believe, Mr. Speaker, and the institution of the legislature as representatives of the people will do the best we can to ensure such anomaly is addressed. The President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I know to the best of my knowledge, was not only a businessman, he was into farming, and I believe he is still into farming. These reports from the grassroots will definitely be laid before him. I promise you, I will take this report up to my principal, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, who has unpaid opportunity to meet with Mr. President. And I want to assure Nigerian farmers that the government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu will be conscious of the concerns of the farmers of Nigeria, and some of those anomalies will definitely be addressed. The House, like the Speaker continuously said, is the House of Nigerian people. So the concern of the people will always form the cornerstone of our own concern in the discharge of our duties, first as representatives of the people, two, as members who make laws for good governance of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So that is how far I can respond to that. And I want you to take home that this government and the present institution of the legislature is a pro-people government. It is also a pro-people institution. We will continue to obviously address their concern by the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And secondly, is another question which I think is about women. The lady asked that the House do give expeditious consideration to the special slots or special seat allocations to the women. This is a constitutional matter. I believe the Constitution Amendment or Constitution Review Committee, which is chaired by Right Honorable Benjamin Kalu, the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, will obviously do justice to this request of yours. I want to believe that members of the House of Representatives, like I've always said, will have a significant concern for Nigerian women, then giving you room to represent that special sector, that special gender in the House of Representatives, especially in the Parliament, I think will be a very significant or very important role or very important achievement that all of us will be proud to be identified with. For me as a person, I've always been a pro-women people. Like I've always said, for someone to have 4 wives around his home as his wives, so if you're asking a vote, you can carry my vote. You should be assured of my vote. And I believe Mr. Speaker too, who has only 2 wives, will definitely have your votes. He will have his votes for you. What I will only like to advise or probably enjoin you to do is to know that the business of constitutional review, like my honorable senior colleague is seated here, I will tell you, is not the business of the National Assembly alone. We may have finished our own at the center, but the critical condition and requirement for passage of such provisions has to go around the 36 states of the Federation. And for every clause or consideration to pass, no matter what we may have done at the center, it has to also attract the approval or the consent of 2/3 of the state houses of assembly. So I'm now giving you an eye-opener that if you really want the women to succeed on this course, apart from pleading to the National Assembly, you need to go down to the state assemblies as well. I believe, like you elected members to the House of Representatives, you were also part of those who elected members to the state assemblies. Speak to them passionately and let them understand that, yes, you are really out to serve Nigeria despite your gender. I think the APC, as my own political party, with due respect to any other party that may be here, has already granted that opportunity to women. It is only in the APC where women are given forms, nomination forms, right from councillorship to local government chairman, to state assemblies, to governorship, to even to the office of the president, God forbid. It is only in the APC where women are given form free of charge, free. So if you want to contest a councillorship, you have a free form from the APC. If you want to contest, if you want to contest for governorship, you have a free form from the APC. If you want to contest for member House of Representatives, you have a free form from the APC. I am sorry for using that phrase, God forbid. I was only eager to tell you that the office of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as far as the APC is concerned, is not yet vacant. It's not a vacant office. So I said, God forbid, because we won't have vacancy for any of you to be president from 2027 to the next 4 years. The office is occupied today and will be occupied in the next 4 years also. So if you want to run for presidency, you have to wait for 6 more years before you come and buy presidential candidate form. So distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I have another question, which is about JAM. I know we have discussed extensively about JAM, but I believe my brother who is seated here with me, who was the chief of staff to the speaker before he became the chairman of Zaria local government, I think will be in a good position so that I don't answer all the questions myself. I want to please urge Right Honorable Engineer, the chairman of Zaria local government, to quickly respond to this issue of JAM, even though I know we have taken some motions about it and we have done the best we can. The Minister of Education is here. Oh, the Minister of Education is here. Oh, this is your jurisdiction. My attention is drawn to this fact, yes. So please, can you help us speak to this question? What are you guys doing about this crisis in the JAM issue? And what do you think probably those of us in the legislature can help to intervene? Please. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable. Actually, I wanted to start with the first question, but let me start with the second one on the issue of JAM. The issue of JAM, which lasted for only 1 year. Normally, the span is only a year. But there was a legislation that was taken, I think, some few years ago. That should be 2 years for the last span of the JAM. As for now, it's still 1 year, as far as I know. It's still 1 year if a child passes 160, 170, 180, depending on the universities, then the cut-off marks are there all the time. So if a child passes that particular cut-off marks, he may get admission to universities. If you couldn't do that, he can now go into polytechnics or political educations. That's what I know about the JAM issue for now. So by issue of learning poor, the ministry has 6 priority areas. We have technical vocational education and training. We have out-of-school children. We have data and digitalization. We have science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and medical sciences. We have girl child education. We have quality education. These are the 6 key priority areas that we have in the Ministry of Education. And as you mentioned that, because we are children in the north, we have what you call learning poor. You see a child from primary 1 up to secondary school cannot even read and write. And we trace that particular issue to the curriculum of NCE itself, which now is in the course of being reviewed by NCCE. Experts are being drawn to see what we can do to now bridge this gap of having learning poor in our schools. Because basically when you look at it, the teachers are not receiving the right education themselves. And that's what brings into what you call a mother tongue issue. By policy, we're supposed to teach our kids at primary level using mother tongue up to primary 3. But unfortunately, our teachers continue to teach this particular mother tongue up to even tertiary institutions. If you go to most of the northern part of the country, at NC1, NC2, NC3, they're being taught using Hausa language. So now, if a child is being taught in Hausa language, what do you expect for him at primary level to learn? He cannot learn. So it's a vicious cycle now. The teachers now are not being taught properly in English, and the students who are coming now at secondary school level are going to write JAM in English language. So how can they pass JAM in English language? They cannot pass using English language. So we're at disadvantage in the far northern part of Nigeria. So that is why now we are still reviewing the curriculum. We are reviewing the mother tongue issue. We want to make it, a compulsory issue for each and every child to learn with English from primary 1 up to tertiary level. There's no teacher that's going to teach at primary level with Hausa language or Igbo or Yoruba. That is the consensus now. We are trying to bring in the buy-in of governors. We had a forum last time where we have a national education summit, and we're going to call also on the second one so that we can see what we can do about this issue. So still on the learning poor, apart from reviewing the curriculum, the training itself for teachers in primary schools by UBEC has been changed. Initially, they are being sent by, what do you call them? Executive secretaries or primary boards. When they come to Abuja, they'll be trained in some pedagogy and what have you. But now it's going to be digital. It's going to be online. If you want to learn some issues, it's going to be attached to your promotions. That is the idea we're going to have now. You go to, log in, details will be given to each teacher. You learn the pedagogy there. You write exams online. Once you pass, that pass mark will be attached to your next promotion. And that's what the idea is being passed by the ministry. Then we have what you call school grading. As part of what we are trying to do to make sure we have quality education is school grading. Each and every school is going to be graded nationwide. And that's why we have data and dissertation. We want to capture all the schools nationwide. When we capture them, we look at them, what are their needs? If you are having, buildings, teacher ratio, number of students, all those will be captured there. Then state governments, UBEC will now look at these needs and now inject funds to make sure that we have enough schools, we have enough teachers, we have well-trained teachers to be able to take care of all those issues. Then apart from that, we have also Almajiri and Out-of-School Children Commission. There is a policy in place now, which is being worked out in the ministry. We want to see that in the policy, if you are taking your child as Almajiri to any school, there must be a minimum age. Example, we say 7 years, for example. And there must be
There so that the cameras can see her. It's okay. Go close to her so you can translate.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, my brothers and sisters. My honorable Speaker, Federal Republic of Nigeria. My name is Hajara Nasiru. Nasiru Bakarifi from Kaduna State, North Central Nigeria, North West Nigeria, sorry. I'm a deaf person, deaf woman. So I want to urge and call your attention that a lot of people with disabilities are left behind, especially women. There are a lot of challenges that we face, especially around education. Now we are calling on the federal government to empower our women to be self-reliant, and also scholarships that will enable our women to further their education. Secondly, I'm calling on the legislative sector, I'm calling on the legislative sector that whenever people with disabilities are facing challenges, especially around justice, courtrooms, we face a lot of challenges to secure justice, especially sometimes we lack salary interpreters that will go around with us. Situations like that are very expensive. Sometimes we can't afford. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much indeed. I think we have one more, members of the academia. Do we have, yes, there's a hand up there representing the academia.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. I am Nuruddin Ibrahim Muhammad, PhD from Ahmad Bello University, Darida. Well, I would like to start by appreciating the Honorable Commissioner for Black Tidings House and the policies he presented to tackle this for education in Nigeria, in Kaduna State, rather. And also the House of Representatives for organizing such gathering in order to bring, to connect with the youth and bring closer the citizens of the Nigeria. Well, my question goes to the Honorable Commissioner and by extension also to the House of Representatives. All the things she mentions, the goodwill they have, I think there is something missing. Maybe the Honorable Commissioner forgot to mention. I don't know what they have in plan or maybe what they have in place for the welfare of the teachers. Not only the primary and secondary school teachers, just take randomly, maybe a teacher, a classroom teacher from primary school or secondary school. Look at how they are dressed. Look at their living standard. Please, is there anything you can do to maybe upgrade their living standard so that they give qualitative education to our children? Also, the university lecturers now, look at their living standards. They are at home, it's not taking them home anymore. I don't know if you have anything in place for that because there is already a say. It is written in one of the at the entrance of one of the universities in South Africa that if you need to take down a nation, you don't need a ballistic missile or maybe a supersonic missile or anything sophisticated. You just have to undermine its education system. This is what we are doing in this country. Now, all the issues raised here, put together, like the issue of gender inclusivity, the issue of insecurity, the issue of agriculture, and the market dynamism. Yeah, they are all related to education. With good education, you can solve half of the problems of Nigeria. Please, we need good education, and teachers and lecturers need to eat in order to give good education to our students. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Nuruddin Ibrahim Muhammad from ABU. We have 6 questions now, and like I announced earlier, we don't have time.
So due to time constraint, we'll just go straight to the leader, the speaker, representative of the speaker for responses to these questions, and then maybe from there we close for the day. Thank you, sir.
Thank you once again, distinguished participants. I also would like to specifically commend you for the zeal and the enthusiasm you have to contribute to this very important platform. I can see a lot more of questions, comments, observations, and suggestions coming up from the floor. But perhaps because of the exigencies of time, we may not be able to take all the questions that are springing up from the floor. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I would like to, on behalf of the organizers, please beg of you to put those questions and observations in writing. We cannot be able to take everything now verbatim. And as well, we don't want to shut you up. So the moderator and the MC and the secretariat should take note of questions, comments, and observations being submitted in writing. And I hope such questions and comments can be captured. Okay. And those people writing on those comments or contributions should not forget to write their contacts, their names and full addresses with their contacts, so that where need be to give them an answer or need be to call them upon to still further give contributions. Because obviously at the end of this session, we're going to have what we call a report, a formal report that may eventually get to the floor of the House of Representatives for consideration. So we don't want to shut on anyone. Whoever has questions, comments, or observations to make and add value to this initiative is expected to put that in black and white and submit to the Secretariat. I want to thank you once again for all the contributions, very brilliant contributions you have given, and for all of us here that have contributed one way or the other to the success of this very important event. I would like to, on behalf of the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Right Honorable Abbas Tajuddin, my kinsman and my boss, commend and thank everyone who has contributed immensely to the success of this engagement. I wouldn't want to conclude without allowing, of course, the representative of the Minister of Education, who, of course, most of the questions dropped on your table. I think you have what we call the right of reply. So we'll allow you to speak once again, but very briefly. Probably after you may have spoken, we'll just wind it up. Thank you. Use this one. Use the
so many fora. But the only issue we have is that the teaching profession is being looked now as a taboo by most of our younger ones. In the past, during our days, teaching profession is a very honorable profession. People take it with pride. But now, even if you go to get in to seek for marriage, one is you're a teacher, they start doubting to give you the lady because they feel like I'm not going to take care of her. Honestly. So it's just like what is happening in technical colleges. If you go to technical colleges now, we have federal science and technical colleges. But because of that technical, the students who are enrolling are very few. Then the ministry has to now make it to be federal science and technical. Those in science are very many. Those in technical are very few. So what the ministry now did is that they said they have cancelled that science aspect. It's going to be purely technical. And if you are coming to enroll, it's free tuition fee, and there will stipends every month to encourage our younger ones to go into technical education. So I think this model can also be done in teacher education program. We may take it there to the ministry, we will advise them to see if they can do that. Anybody coming to teaching line, you should be incentivized, at least have free tuition fee, whatever can be done to encourage teaching profession in the system. Then secondly, the family subscription needs, like you mentioned. Really, I was assigned to meet one of the directors in the federal education to see if we can be able to have some special needs schools in the ministry. And I was told that they have about 3 or 4. But the bottom line is that if Federal Ministry of Education can have a special needs schools, they may not be able to take care of all the 36 states, including Abuja. And in some cases, these are students that they need special treatment. They may be domiciled in their local governments. And that's what we said it's better for governors to buy in on these issues and see how we can create schools at primary level for special needs, secondary school level for special needs, so they can be able to now learn also can be carried along in the system of our education. Then lastly, the welfare of teachers. I can't say much about welfare of teachers because teachers' salary scale is almost a grade level scale, which is being paid throughout grade level the staff of the economic schools anywhere. So I don't know. Ministry of Education has made an effort before, but that effort couldn't reach any fruition. But I can still take it back to the ministers and see if they can be able to revive it again. But for university lecturers, I believe there's a committee headed by, I think, Ella Ahmad, who is now chairing the committee. I think they have gone far about this issue of looking at the statistics of tertiary institutions. So I think that's what I can say about this issue. Thank you very much.
Thank you, the representative of the Honorable Minister, for those very insightful answers. I believe those who raised those answers are quite appreciative of the responses he has provided. But let me also quickly respond to one of the last questions. I think a question or comment who was asking what the House is actually doing about creating an enabling environment for minors, if I'm right, lady from Plateau State. Like I rightly said, the House of Representatives under the leadership of Right Honorable Abbas Tajuddin is one institution that is not only responsive to the yearnings and aspirations of the people we represent, but is also proactive in terms of global economic initiatives. We have what we call our eight-point agenda, legislative agenda. Issues of farming and mining, of course, form part of that critical agenda of the House of Representatives. We have considered a lot of bills at the moment. Some of these bills even sponsored by constituents as far how to create a convenient environment for mining, how to also ease up business in mining and what you call solid mineral business, and how to also see how we can also lose of the tidings in terms of actually securing licenses for mining, so as to encourage young men and women to partake in mining and other solid mineral business. I want to assure you that the interest of miners, just like those in agriculture, interest of miners, just like those in education, is fully covered by the House of Nigerian Peoples under the stream activities. Our younger Nigerians are expected to come up and take over and partake in some of these businesses. I believe some of the legislation you have oil everywhere. So before you know it, in the next 20, 25 years, oil will no longer be as precious as you think. So definitely Nigeria and Nigerians must find other ways of actually coming up with a greater sense of livewire, economic livewire for our nation, our people, and our people to thrive on. Like I earlier said, we may not be able to answer all the questions raised on the floor, but you can put up your questions, and those who still have comments to make can also put it in black and white. I want to assure you that such will receive due attention and will be submitted to the Speaker and subsequently to the floor of the House of Representatives as the voice of the people. I want to use this opportunity at this point in time to thank you once again, the participants, members of the media, everyone that is here to contribute to the success of this event. I want to thank you once again, and I wish everyone happy and safe return back to their respective destinations. May God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you very much, the representative of the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Right Honorable Abbas Tajuddin, Honorable Hassan Ado Dogwa, the leader of the Northern Caucus in the House of Representatives. Al'umma jama'a da wannan ne muka zo ƙarshen wannan taro, amma kafin nan akwai sanarwa. Bayan an yi national anthem akwai abinci da aka tanada lunch a nan waje bakin kofar nan na shiga hotel. Insha Allahu idan aka fita, you go round here. And then of course the VIPs will be directed accordingly. Ladies and gentlemen, the announcement I made in Hausa is that lunch is served. So once we are done with national anthem, when you go out, there is yes, there is a point for lunch here. You just go, you'll be identified based on your state and the organizations you are representing. Ladies and gentlemen, with that, we have come to the end of this program. May I request, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, that we be on our feet as we take the national anthem. Thank you. National anthem, please.
Thank you. Thank you very much on behalf of the organization.